Alrighty then. So a little bit later than anticipated, we got to Grand Prairie. We're in the hotel room right now, and this weekend we're gonna be at Grand Prairie. I'm actually gonna get some footage. I got all my lovely film equipment charging up over there, as well as the snacks, of course. So we're gonna be at the convention all weekend long. It's Friday, Saturday, Sunday. If you happen to be in the Grand Prairie area, you should stop by and say hi. Grand Con, this is their third year. And we're actually, as the file first, and in particular, Teresa, our squad leader for the Crimson Aurora squad, has been heavily involved with the organization of this. So they are small comp, but they kind of like hit a lot larger than you'd expect for the size. And in fact, they usually get some pretty good celebrities that come down. So even if you're not from the area and it's not too much of a drive for you, and you have the opportunity, I'd highly recommend coming out. So the big channel update is in addition to incorporating things like this into the channel when I'm traveling, which won't necessarily be scheduled because of course it's all dependent on when things are going on. The channel will continue to have the Wednesdays for Star Citizen, the Thursdays for a throwaway, that'll be starting again next week, and I think we'll probably do some Valheim, like the Mistlands and things like that. And if it's popular and people want it, we can dedicate that into a full thing that happens either on Thursdays or another day, because that's the idea with the Throwaway Thursdays. Is going to be an excellent way for me to find out what the community wants to see, as well as just have fun playing it. And then Fridays will be the stream. But as people may or may not be aware, I'm a member of a World War II reenactment group, so that is the 1st Special Service Force Living History Group. And as the name implies, we portray the 1st Special Service Force, which is basically the grandfather of all modern special forces. It was an American unit with joint Canadian and American members. The Canadian members were typically, frontiersmen, outdoorsmen, lumberjacks, hardy people, and they would use American equipment, American training, and they would go in and be dropped off behind enemy lines. And the unit was eventually disbanded at the end of 1944. Because as the fight turned to kind of a steamroll over Germany, there was no longer a need for behind the lines, and they were highly skilled and heavily equipped comparatively to their counterparts. So the military no longer needed that, and they disbanded. But that was the grandfather of modern special forces. And so our Allied component portrays that, and then our Axis portrays the 65th Infantry Regiment, which is a German infantry regiment. We primarily portray the Italian campaign because that's where the 65th and the 1st Special Service Force collided. And a couple of our members are building Willys Jeeps. And so the special announcement is that on Tuesdays there'll be episodes of what I'm building, which is the Kubelwagen. For those that don't know, that's the World War II German Jeep equivalent. Essentially, Ferdinand Porsche had been building the Volkswagen Beetle, the people car for the German people. The Wehrmacht, the German military, went to Ferdinand and said, we need a general purpose vehicle for our military. So he just took the body of the Beetle off, and then the chassis remained the same, and he built the frame around it. It looks very similar to the Thing, and in fact the Thing was, when it came back out, was actually for the new German military at that time, and it was actually nicknamed the Kubelwagen for them as well. But it's a little different. It has a much closer body as far as shape to the angles of the Beetle, and what I mean by that is the chassis of the Beetle kind of comes down and then tapers in as it goes to the front, if the front was down this way, whereas the Thing is far more straight on the sides. If you want to see an excellent Thing conversion to a Kubel, Woods Farm, a gentleman in Ontario, did one, and I was fascinated by the build. In fact, he's working on a 222 SCO car, so the SDKFZ 222. Incredible, and so I was very much inspired. I've literally never chatted with the guy, so this is not like some sort of shill for someone I know. It's literally just incredible work, detailed every part of the process, super cool. So if you want to watch someone converting a Thing into that would be the one to check out. If you want to see the Beetle, that's what mine's going to do. So full disclaimer, I haven't done much. I do have a 1960 Beetle that I'm using as the conversion. I have all the tools. Right now I'm making a detailed part list And so within that part list, that's going to have every single part that the Kupel has. And as you can imagine, that's a long list. So next week, Tuesday, the video is going to kind of just be where I'm at and kind of some timetables, but it is going to be something featured on the channel. Other than that, the channel is going to continue to be building. This month, I'd also like to get the Discord out, the Patreon, and then make sure the Kick and Twitch are set up so that I can start reaching a greater audience. Please, if you like the videos, you want to get involved, let me know what you want to see. Let me know what you like. The Star Citizen videos seem to be doing pretty well. They're the best ones on the channel so far, so that's definitely going to stay. But if at any point in time something's not gelling with you, I'm more than happy to shift things around, choose different days, because what I really want to do is make sure that we build this community out, and if you want to see something, I want to be able to deliver it. So that's all I got. Not a very big one. Most of the day was spent driving. We didn't get to Grand Prairie until like 8-ish. So most of the day was spent driving, and now I'm just going to relax for a little bit before I go to bed. So, see you around. Peace.